Hey guys, it's Lindsay from the Toasted Pine Nut, and today we're making pizza with cauliflower crust. I love this recipe. It's one of the first that I ever put on the blog, and it's so fun because the crust is made out of cauliflower. Like, how cool is that? I think everybody needs to know how to make a cauliflower crust. It's low carb, gluten free, and a really great way to get an extra serving of cauliflower into your life. It's super simple, so I'm just going to take you through it really quick, and let's get started. So the first thing you want to do is just coarsely chop your cauliflower into florets. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be putting it into the food processor in a minute. The great thing about this recipe is there's less food waste. So this is like the center of the cauliflower, and normally you would just like discard this or throw it away. Here we're going to actually just cut it up and incorporate it into the crust. So 2 thumbs up. So it's coarsely chopped. I have some bigger ones, I have some smaller ones, but we're going to put it into the food processor and just get it really finely just chopped up into little pieces. So I'm just going to do a first batch and let that go. Okay. Looking good. So what you want to do is transfer this to a microwave safe bowl because we're going to be heating it up to get some of the liquid and cook it a little bit. And what you want to do is line this bowl with a tea towel or a cheesecloth. I'm going to use a nut milk bag because we're eventually going to squeeze out all the liquid from the cauliflower. So put it in here. Bowl like this, and then I'm gonna microwave this for 8 minutes. Okay, you guys, so this just came out of the microwave, and what we're gonna do now is just it's super hot, so you want to let it sit for like a few minutes, or get like some really awesome gloves to keep your hands safe. See all that steam? All right, so we're gonna squeeze out some of the liquid into the sink. So once you've squeezed a lot of liquid out, you just want to put it into a mixing bowl. So you see it's super crumbly. And then you're going to crack 2 eggs into the bowl too. So 2 eggs. So now we're going to add a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese, 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, 1/4 teaspoon of dried basil leaves, 1/4 teaspoon of oregano, 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, and then we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder. So then you just want to fold everything together. I just lined my baking sheet with parchment paper, and now I'm just going to brush it with some olive oil. You just want to make sure it's not going to stick. And now we're going to put this into the center. So we're just going to shape it into a pizza shape with our spatula. If you want a circle, do a circle, or a square, whatever you want. You just want to keep it about a 1/2 inch thick. Alright, so there's my pizza. I'm just going to brush it with some olive oil. So just generously brush the top with some olive oil. So the last thing I'm going to do is just sprinkle some sea salt around the outside crust edge of the pizza. So now we're just going to bake it for a little bit, put some toppings on, and then bake it again. Okay, so this was in for 15 minutes. We're going to add the toppings and then put it in for another 10 minutes. A couple dollops of sauce. So good. And then I'm just going to put just lay the tomatoes around. And then the cheese. All right, so we're going to put it in for another 10 minutes and then top it with some basil. All right, guys, here it is. I'm just going to sprinkle on some basil leaves. Oh, this looks cute. So there it is, cauliflower crust pizza. I hope you guys love it. You can find the recipe also on my blog, lindsayfromthetoastedpinenut.com. You can find me on Instagram at thetoastedpinenut. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will see you next time. Bye. Tablespoon, no, our crust pizza. Favorite, one of my ever put on the blog. It's preheated, low carb. I feel like I would do this. Of dose, an extra dose of serving. Did pine nut, and today we're making cauliflower crust.